Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you really want to speak English confidently and correctly, you've absolutely got to get a handle on English tenses. I know it sounds a bit daunting, but seriously, don't worry. In this explainer, we're going to break down the most important English tenses step by step with super simple explanations and everyday examples. By the time we wrap up, you'll know exactly when and how to use each one. So let's get right into it. Here is our quick game plan for today. We'll start with the present, move on to the past and future, tackle those slightly tricky perfect tenses, and then wrap it all up with a quick summary and some actual practice time. All right, section 1, mastering present tenses. We'll be looking at the simple versus the continuous form. Putting these two side by side is a fantastic way to see the difference right away. On the left, we've got the present simple, which shows what happens in general or as a fact, like I work. But on the right, we have the present continuous. This is for an action happening at this exact specific moment, like I am working. It really highlights the difference between your normal, permanent routine and a temporary action. So let's look closer at the present simple. The rule here is incredibly straightforward. You just take your subject and add the base form of the verb. We use this all the time for habits, facts, and daily routines. For example, I drink coffee every morning. The only tiny catch you have to remember is to add an S for he, she, or it. So he works or it rains. And if you want to ask a question or make a negative statement, just pop in the helping verbs do or does, like do you work here? Simple, right? Now, flipping over to the present continuous. To build this one, we combine the verb to be, that's am, is, or are, with an ing ending on your main verb. We use this to talk about actions that are in progress right now. Literally right now, like I am watching this explainer. It's also perfect for temporary situations. For questions, you just swap the subject and the to be verb around. Are you listening? And for negatives, you literally just drop in the word not. Moving right along to section 2, exploring past tenses. Again, we'll look at simple versus continuous. Just like we did with the present, comparing these side by side clears up so much confusion. On the left is an event that is 100% finished and done with. I worked. Over on the right is an event that was ongoing at a specific point back in time. I was working. Let's break down the past simple. You just use the past form of the verb to talk about actions that are completely over. I watched a movie last night, or she visited Paris. Totally finished. And notice how we rely on the word did to ask questions about the past or did not for negatives. When you use did, your main verb pops right back to its original base form. But what if you want to talk about an action that was right in the middle of happening? That's where past continuous comes in. We use was or were paired with an ing verb. It's basically like setting a scene in a story. I was sleeping at 10 p.m. But honestly, its coolest trick is showing an action that got unexpectedly interrupted. Like, I was studying when she called. Section 3 already? Let's look forward at the future tenses. We'll tackle will versus be going to. This is all about spontaneous decisions versus pre-made plans. The future simple is on the left. I will work. And on the right is an intention you've already thought about. I am going to work. The future simple is built using will plus the base verb. This is your absolute go-to structure for instant decisions made right in the heat of the moment. Imagine someone suddenly knocks on the door. You'd immediately say, I will answer it. It's also the standard way we make general predictions about the future, like guessing, it will rain tomorrow. On the flip side, notice how we switch over to the going to structure when we actually have a clear pre-existing plan. I am going to learn English. We also use this when we can see physical evidence right in front of us that practically guarantees an outcome. If you look up and see dark, heavy clouds, you wouldn't say it will rain. You'd confidently say, look at those clouds, it is going to rain. All right, moving into section 4, the perfect tenses. These beautifully connect the past right to the present. Now, I know these can look a bit intimidating to learners, but putting them side by side makes them incredibly logical. The present perfect is all about an accumulated experience or a final result. Meanwhile, the present perfect continuous is all about the ongoing duration of something. We form the present perfect by using have or has plus the past participle. Think of this tense as your way to talk about your life experiences when the exact timestamp really doesn't matter. Like, I have visited London. It's also perfect for past actions that are still directly messing with the present moment. Think about it. If he has lost his keys, it means he lost them a while ago, and the very real result is he is locked out right now. Then we have the present perfect continuous. We use have been or has been plus an ing verb here. Why? To strongly emphasize the duration of an action. You're answering the question, how long has this been happening right up to this very second? I have been learning English for 2 years. It puts the spotlight purely on the ongoing journey. Section 5. We have covered a ton of ground today, so let's quickly summarize and then actively practice what you've just learned. Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet. It shows you exactly how the verb shifts across all 8 essential tenses we just went through. Honestly, memorizing these core base structures is your secret key to speaking fluently without second-guessing yourself. Okay, it's your turn. I want you to actively participate here. Go ahead and pause the explainer right now, grab a pen and try to fill in these 5 blanks. Look closely at the time clues in each sentence. They're practically giving you the answer. Let's see how you did. Did you notice how those specific clues magically guided you? Every day triggered the present simple. Right now pointed you straight to present continuous. Yesterday is totally finished, so past simple. When I arrived tells you an action was interrupted, which gives us the past continuous. And finally, already beautifully connects the past to the present, making it the present perfect. Awesome job today! You've just conquered the most important English tenses. Remember, fluency isn't about being completely perfect from day one. It's about making yourself understood, and consistent practice is the only real way to get there. Keep practicing every day and your English will improve faster than you think. So, which of these tenses are you going to challenge yourself to use in a conversation today? If you enjoyed this explainer, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next lesson.